Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about what parent graphs are and how we graph them. So a parent graph is the most basic form of a graph. So f of x is equal to some number. It's just going to be a straight line across. F of x is equal to x. That's going to be a straight diagonal. Absolute value is going to be some kind of V shape. X squared is going to be a U shape. Radical is going to be this growing exponential shape, and then x to the third is going to be like this waggle looking shape. So when they say compare it to the parent function, this is the most basic it can be. So when I go on to my graph, a diagonal goes through the origin. My V shape goes through the origin. My U shape goes through the origin. My exponential starts at the origin. My waggle goes through the origin. And then everything is based off how did we change from starting at the origin. So our equation to compare to the parent graph is plus or minus a x minus h plus k. If it's an absolute value, it would be absolute value minus h. If it was a parabola, it would be x minus h squared, but it's the same equation over and over and over again. A is our rate of change. This is confusing because it is not our average rate of change. So a way to view it is more like our slope. Your future math teachers will say it's not slope, so that's why I put it in quotes, okay? This interior tells us how much to go to the left and to the right. But because the negative symbol in here, it is opposite of what we think. Okay? And this k tells us to go up or down from the origin. And because it's a positive number, it is what we think. Then there are two more weird things that they could show us. Is they say, hey, our new function y is the same as our original one, f of x, but whatever answer you get, turn it negative. When they tell us this means that we have some kind of graph, and they want us to reflect it or flip it over the x-axis. So that means take whatever shape we have over the x-axis and draw it. Okay? If they give us y is equal to f of negative x, that means take whatever you got from the previous one and change the x value to negative. So what that means is, let's say I have some kind of graph. Over the y-axis, draw exactly how you see it, but on the other side of the y-axis. Okay. So to do a couple examples, let's say that my graph is -3, x minus 1 squared plus 2. This squared tells me it's a U shape. So my parent was a U shape. Okay. But to compare it, it says to go up 2, and then opposite of what we think inside, so to the right one, there's our new vertex. Okay? Our slope is down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. And because it's a U shape, that means I start back and go down 3, over 1, the opposite direction. Okay? If they said y is equal to negative f of x plus 1. Okay? It could be whatever shape. Okay? And because of the plus 1, we're going to move every single point up 1. So if this was at 2, it's now going to be 3 over here. And if this was at 1, it's going to be 2 over here. And then I would just make the same shape over here. Okay? Then this negative is in reference to flip over the x-axis. So this is my x-axis. So I move it up 1 first. Now I flip it. So then it's going to look like something like that. So this would be my final answer. So I would go up one first, then flip it. Okay. Then let's say they give us y is 2 of f of x. Okay. So whatever our f of x is, let's say that this value is at 3. They now said to double it. So now it's going to be 6 over here for when I graph it. Okay? If this number, our a, is bigger than 1, that is going to be a stretch graph. And then if our a is less than 1, we're going to say that's a compressed graph. Okay, I think that's all the vocab I can give to you. If you have any questions, email me.